Welcome to Using a Script Part 1. In this video I'm going to start a little demo here, a very simple demo about using the script task, and just show you how you can use this and how you can, in this instance, use it to control the flow and to report back out to you what's going on. Okay, so notice I've kind of set this up so you didn't have to watch the whole thing and be bored. First thing you'll notice is I created a connection manager to my own VTC DW database, and then I created a flat file connection manager, and these are both being used right now out in this data flow task that I dropped on. Now, I want you to notice the LADB data source right here. I am connecting, notice there's my connection manager to my VTC DW database, and I'm executing a SQL command here, select name, birth date, gender from dim customer, and I'll just preview that and let you see 3 columns are coming. That's all I'm looking for. What I was really concerned about is I wanted to get a few rows here so I could play with those, and I've done that. And then I connected that to a flat file destination. And you'll notice here I'm just taking this flat file destination out to the desktop, and I'm going to use that to just kind of catch the data that gets executed. The first thing I want to do here, though, is I want to create a variable, and this is the part that I wanted you to see. So let's go create a variable now, and I'll create it right here, and I'll call it MTL rows. Actually, I should have done it this way. Okay, so MTL rows, it's a package, it's integer 32, I'll keep that. The value, the default value 0, I'll keep that too. And it's package scoped, and that's exactly what I want. And so I'll let all that go away. Now, I am going to use the row count tool. I think I may have used this earlier in the course, and we're going to use it again here. So I'm going to delete my precedence constraint there, and I'm going to insert this row count tool between these two. So I will do that, and then I will do this. Now notice everybody's okay except the row count, still showing me this X, and if I move my mouse over it, it's telling me, wait a minute, dude, you got a variable null by the variable property. What it's basically saying is I need you to assign a variable. So I'm going to right click this and edit it, and notice it says what variable do I load the row count in, and I am just going to choose user MTL rows. Now, as you know, just a quick reminder in case you've kind of gone quiet on me here for a minute, the MTL rows is picking up row count, and row count is the number that's returned, that SQL Server returns for how many rows are affected by a query. And so when this query runs inside this data source, it's going to affect a certain number of rows. That row count is going to be loaded into MTL rows, and then all the data is going to be pumped out to the flat file destination. So all of that's taking place in our data flow. And so now what I want to do is start to look at just a simple example of how I can use a script task with this. But first, let me go back into data flow, and I want to show you here. I'm going to right click and execute this, and I want you to see that this thing's going to create a surprising number of rows for us here. There's a lot of data there. Notice there's 18,484 rows were taken care of there, or were moved through, and it populated row count. Row count's now equal to 18,484 when that's running. So what I want to do is I want to start to work with that data and use it to kind of branch around. Okay, well, the first thing I want to do is I want to drag a script task in here, and I will connect that data flow task on success to the script task. All right. And so now all I have to do is right click on the script task and go in here, and the first thing that needs to happen is, notice I've got some information here. I'll talk about this later. There's some more general information. Then I can use expressions if I would like to check anything. Okay, well, the first thing I need to do is talk about the fact, well, I'm not even going to use any variables right now. Let's just go edit the script. Notice the edit script button down here. It's kind of hiding from you. But we're going to use C# 2010. Our entry point will be main. I'll show you that in just a moment. And it'll take it just a minute here. It's actually going to open up the Visual Studio coding environment for me with my script. And trust me, eventually here, this will show up. And here we go. It's going to drop us in. Notice the name of this. It's not necessarily a human-friendly name. But notice right here is the public void main. Remember, that was our starting point, and I'll click here and that'll move out of the way. And I want you to notice that nothing really is happening here, but it is setting the task result to success. Okay, well, I can go right here and put a message box, and I can't type and talk at the same time, as you can see, and so I will let that self-correct that and say done. Okay, now keep in mind that if you do these message boxes, and I'm just doing them here very quickly so you can see what's going on with these things. Notice I saved that and then I'll close it, but I'm using the message boxes to show you, get you instant feedback. The message box won't run on a server. And so I'll OK this, and now we're ready to run this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop part 1 here. We'll come back and pick up right here in part 2. So I look forward to seeing you there.